Godfrey against Dongo. And a disappointing year for Georgia Tech. They are not going to the ACC tournament. They are hoping to spoil Clemson senior night in the second meeting between these teams this year. Yellow Jackets start with the ball. Georgia Tech team that was 9-4 in the non-conference. It's 2-15 in ACC play. They hope to snap an 11-game losing streak to end the season, and they get off on the front foot with a freshman Akai Fleming. So for Clemson, all 5 seniors start. We talked about Hunter and Godfrey, Justin Porter, Buddy Johnson, and Nick Davidson have all transferred into the program. All players who have started at one point this year, but the first time all 5 are out there together. First shot, Hunter. It's rejected by a flying Kowacie Reeves. Godfrey has the ball with 3 to shoot. Hunter again. Justin Porter can't get it up in time. And in fact, was taken away by Lamar Washington, and it's a shot clock violation.
Kevin, as you see here early, Georgia Tech doesn't look like a team that's lost 11 straight games. They're competing. They're still playing hard. They came in early yesterday afternoon, got a lot of shots up, very enthusiastic practice, and it's carried over here early today.
Yellow Jackets coached by Damon Stoudemire in his 3rd year. Here is their starting 5. Fleming and the senior guard Lamar Washington. Washington and Reeves, the 2 seniors ending their college careers today, along with Dongo and Jaeden Mustaf. Davidson has the Clemson rebound. Tigers have struggled down the stretch too, just 1-5 in their last 6 after a 10-1 start to ACC play.
Yeah, they kind of got away from their identity. Went through a stretch there where they stopped defending at the level they need to compete. And I think the Louisville game, they got back to the basics and they kept on, gave themselves a chance at Carolina. Let's see if they can continue that defensive intensity here today on senior day.
First foul comes on Lamar Washington, fouling Davidson. Here is Davidson. A Clemson team that won its last home game a week ago over Louisville, 80-75, and then dropped a hard-fought game at Carolina Tuesday, 67-63. Clemson had the ball down 3 with 10 seconds to go. Dylan Hunter could not get off a 3, missed a 2, and North Carolina sealed it with 1 at the line. And with that win, Carolina, between that win and Miami's win, ended up clinching a double bye. Clemson would have clinched the double bye had they come into Chapel Hill and won. Hunter knocks it away from Reeves, a steal. Hunter behind the back. Godfrey has the first 2 on his senior night. And he was fouled in the process, so R.J. Godfrey can pick up 1 more.
Starting on the defensive end of the floor, a little sluggish on the offensive end of the floor. The previous possession here, Dylan Hunter gets after defensively, creates the turnover, delivers it to Godfrey, and Kowacie Reeves, you got to foul a big guy a little harder than that.
.22 for Godfrey Tuesday against North Carolina. He completes the 3-point play here. A special season for R.J. Godfrey, who returned to Clemson, where he spent his first 2 years after a season at Georgia. And it has been a beautiful homecoming as he's going to lead the Tigers back into the NCAA tournament. Reeves gets free underneath and slams in his first 2.
Great backdoor cut there. Clemson defenders sitting talking to each other. Defensive mistake there and left them wide open.
Godfrey looking for Davidson. Big to big. Davidson lays it in.
Big contrast in styles. Clemson with the big front line. Yellow Jackets going more with a smaller lineup, spacing the floor a little bit, allowing him to get some of those backdoor cuts. Chance to get Dongo going inside as well.
There's a very talented sophomore, Mustaf. That's a smooth finish for Jaeden Mustaf.
He allows them to play in that lineup. He's actually defending R.J. Godfrey because of his physicality. Mustaf versatility to defend every position on the floor.
Good start for Tech, 3 for 4. Porter in the corner, knocks in the game's first 3.
And he's starting to come out of a shooting slump he's been in early. In the last couple of games was a good sign for Tigers as they head for the ACC play.
That's the second steal for Hunter. second leading steals man on Clemson, only behind his backcourt mate Porter. Davidson a three, bangs it on the quick pass from Hunter, and Clemson has hit its last 4. 5-point early lead for the Tigers. Looking to sweep the season series from Georgia Tech. They won by 14 in Atlanta on January the 24th. Fleming, little mid-range 2 won't go, and Dongo's there for the rebound, and the big man rolls it home. By Dongo averaging 12 and 8 for Georgia Tech.
By Dongo was a preseason second-team guy, and again, the talent's there, and he's a matchup nightmare. When he's in the ball screen, it's very difficult to switch. Your guard, you have no chance of defending him on the inside. So quick, so athletic. Only thing holds him back is foul trouble.
Godfrey double teamed. Somehow found Porter, who misses off the back rim. It's not an untalented Georgia Tech team, Randolph. You got some players who are very high recruits. They don't have a ton of depth. They've unsurprisingly been crushed by injuries. Unsurprising, when you're 2 and 15, you'd have big problems. And they turn it over for a 3rd time already as Godfrey got it off the floor.
Injuries have been a big part of it for the last 2 years, and then now it's confidence as well. I mean, been in moments, they've competed at a very high level. The inability just to finish matches after they've been punched in the mouth and get off the mat, like Clemson is starting to do now.
A timeout on the floor as Davidson hits another 3. Clemson has made 5 of 6, a red-hot start for the 5 seniors.
It's always a difficult task. When the Clemson Tigers start knocking down threes, look out. Tigers up 6. This is as good as it gets. Get all the Georgia Tech conversation in right now. Right now.
Clemson's senior day today. Dylan Hunter, the last of the 5 seniors, announced spending all 4 years at Clemson University. Leads us to our Food Lion Food for Thought today. Here's some food for thought for you. There are less than 24 high major players who are 4-year scholarship seniors who've spent all 4 years at the same school, and only 3 in the ACC. Benny Giller, who is actually a walk-on to begin his career at Stanford. Yeah. And then the only 2 4-year 4 scholarship players at the same school, Seth Trimble, who just beat Clemson on his senior day Tuesday, and then Dylan Hunter.
Only 3, and I wonder if that number will shrink. I mean, Seth Trimble is more of a family tradition here, and the same thing, you can make the same statement for Dylan Hunter. And Benny Giller being a walk-on that eventually gets a scholarship, it could be quite some time before we get a 4-year player stand 4 years in.
I talked to Hubert Davis Tuesday, Randolph. He said, I hope he's not, but Seth could be the last one at Carolina.
Yeah.
And maybe Clemson a little more likely just because they still have a bit more development. But, hey, this team was really built on the back of transfers, too. And Hunter and his brother Chase have been a part of the program now for 7 consecutive years. What a legacy they will leave.
A lot of winning in the last 7 years.
Nice bucket here. Chaz Kelly, transfer from BC, playing his final college game with a bucket.
He's giving Georgia Tech good minutes off the bench when he's dialed into that point guard backup role. Getting downhill and really guarding the basketball. It's his role for the Yellow Jackets.
3 subs for Clemson. Here's one of them, Carter Welling. Jake Wallin, Ace Buckner have come off the bench as well. Porter going to work his way against the 7-foot freshman Cole Kerouac. And Kerouac will be called for the push with only 2.7 to shoot.
Yeah, Kerouac just checked into the game again, and he got caught on an island dancing. He didn't have the right shoes on, so great foul by him just to slow the basketball down. You don't want that problem. Yeah, you don't want to check into the game and then be on an ISO.
Yeah, you'd leave the right shoes in the locker room, do you think? Or maybe just didn't make the trip?
Yeah, it took you a while to break them in.
Davidson, Wallin, 3-pointer in the air. Off the mark and grabbed by the freshman Fleming. Georgia Tech led by Kowacie Reeves, a 15-point-per-game scorer who can do that.
Yes, he can.
38% from deep. He lights it up to bring the Jackets within 1.
Really athletic wing, can get downhill and attack the rim as well.
Ace Buckner misses on the runner. It's knocked out of bounds and will stay with Clemson. Good start for Georgia Tech against this elite defensive team. They're 6 for 8 for the field.
Yeah, great sign for Yellow Jackets here. You got to find Kowacie Reeves early. You don't pick him up. He has the range and the confidence to pull and take that 3.
First meeting between the teams, Reeves had 19. Hit 3 threes. Double team for Welling. Georgia Tech doubling the bigs early. Leads to an open man, Wallin. Missed his second 3. And a foul will go against Clemson's Carter Welling, the Tigers' first.
Now with Baidongo starting at the 5 spot. This is a really small Georgia Tech front line, so you got to protect those guys, trapping the post. Going to force Clemson to beat him from 3.
Dongo's at 6'9". Kerouac, the freshman off the bench, 7 feet, though listed at 7 feet, 199 pounds. And you wonder, why didn't they just round up to 200?
Hey, that's a goal. They're trying to challenge him. Man. He's got to get stronger. Got to get in the weight room right now.
I like that idea. Keep it 199 for him. Fleming rattles it in. The Yellow Jackets have made 4 straight. They've got the lead.
That's what I'm going to do next time I jump on a scale. Just going to round it down, though.
Here's a drive by Buckner. Deflected out of bounds by Kerouac. The 199-pounder.
And he's a skilled big. He's a big guy, can move his feet, has a certain skill level. He's just really young and inexperienced. And with the injuries, we see the Most Sealand unavailable for Georgia Tech, who started off the season really strong, and now Kerouac is getting a lot of minutes here late.
Here's Porter off a screen. Clemson, one of the worst offensive teams in the ACC and ACC games this year. Just 13th in offensive efficiency. They are elite defensively as they turn it over. That's the one real strength of Clemson. Not a great shooting team.
No.
They don't get to the line a ton. They are a very good ball handling team. They turned it over twice in the opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, they usually don't. They don't beat themselves, and they had a patch in the season late where they weren't defending at the level that they're accustomed to, but they're back to doing that. they like the game to be in the 60s, low 70s.
Fleming banks in a three. And out of nowhere, after Damon Stoudemire's timeout, it's a 10-0 Georgia Tech run.
Because there's so many guys, that there's no go-to guy for Clemson. Everyone kind of touches it when they find themselves in these moments.
Nice anticipation by Kerouac, another Clemson turnover.
They're prone to struggles like this offensively. Guys, because they check in a hockey sub. He'll sub 4 and 5 guys in at a time, and sometimes that hurts them on the offensive end of the floor.
Into Dongo, their second leading scorer, defended by Wallin. Dongo can't finish. Snaps a streak of 5 straight makes for Tech. Welling for Clemson. Lost it. Another turnover. 3 straight possessions. Pretty much never happens for the Tigers, and Reeves makes it a 12-0 Tech run.
Sometimes senior day, you start this unusual lineup that throws your substitution pattern off. So you start a game with 5 guys that hadn't started, but now in the flow of the game, your rotations are off, and find yourself a little bit off to start games in situations like this.
Buckner no good on a 3. Clemson has not scored it in over 4 minutes of play.
This is Brad Brownell was afraid of. Just coming out to a sluggish start, giving his Yellow Jacket group some confidence, and they're starting to make shots.
Here's Fleming. Reeves and Fleming leading the way with 7 each. Reeves splits it through. Kerouac for Dongo. A long 2 is deflected by Welling. Or was it deflected? Was it just an air ball? That's what the Clemson fans think.
Yeah.
Can you chant air ball if it's blocked? Wallin at the rim, challenged. Godfrey gets it. Godfrey denied by Kerouac. Big time minutes for the freshman Kerouac, and Lee Cassell stops play because Dongo took a shot. This is our 12-minute timeout. It took a while to get there, and Georgia Tech has scored the last 12 points.
What a couple of great minutes from Kerouac coming to the game, letting his presence be felt on the defensive end of the floor. As he tells R.J. Godfrey, get that out of here. On the other end, the other freshman coming in and helping out, Colin Banks. It's open early on Saturdays, as you know.
Tonight, the regular season wraps up with huge implications. First, the greatest rivalry in basketball. Then, Big 12 heavyweights.
Oh my goodness!
A blockbuster doubleheader tonight on ESPN and the ESPN app.
The marquee matchup during the ACC regular season again, Carolina-Duke. We're starting the day here in Clemson, where the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who've already been eliminated from the ACC tournament, are just playing for pride here, Randolph, have scored 12 straight.
They have, and they're shredding Clemson defensively right now and getting everything they want. They got getting turnovers and getting out in transition. Clemson just seems a little bit sluggish, not matching up in defensive transition right now, not communicating on the defensive end, getting burnt on backdoor cuts. Right now, Brad Brownell cannot be happy with his group.
9 for 13 in the game for Tech. Fleming and Reeves lead the way with 7 each. Jaeden Mustaf, their skilled sophomore. Here's a deep three, and it's short from Kelly off the bench and grabbed by Hunter. Hunter back on the floor with Johnson, Godfrey, Buckner, and Davidson. Davidson is 3 for 3 for an early 8. Now 4 for 4, and he's already in double figures. Snaps a 5-minute plus scoring drought for Clemson.
Yeah, that time they went after Jaeden Mustaf. He's going to have to make them pay on the other end with his quickness on the perimeter, because they're going to attack him in the post.
Fleming in the corner is fouled by Hunter, shooting a 3.
Clemson right now just making a lot of bad decisions right now, and the effort's there. It's got to allow him to come down. That's just such a difficult play for a defender. I don't think he intentionally went under him, but you got to allow him to land. A lot of times as a jump shooter, your legs do go forward when you shoot. As a defender closing out, you got to be conscious of that.
Fleming is Georgia Tech's best free throw shooter at 81%. It's 1 for the first 2. Tuesday at 2 Eastern, the T. Rowe Price ACC Men's Basketball Tournament begins right here on ACC Network. We'll be there with you for the first game at 2 Eastern. The Nothing But Net crew will be there all week. Tip-off coverage at 1:30 Eastern. Post-game shows each night throughout the tournament. Coverage before and after games as well. It begins on Tuesday. It will end Saturday night with a new champion to be crowned. We'll see if it's Duke again. They'll be the overwhelming favorite after taking home the tournament title a year ago. Godfrey out of a double team. In the corner, Davidson. His first miss is grabbed by Godfrey, who bounces to Buddy Johnson.
Yellow Jackets have got to rebound the basketball, and that's a lot on the guards. Dongo's the only big in the game right now. This is a critical lineup for Georgia Tech to be able to rebound the basketball.
With Dongo at 6'9", this is a really small Tech team right now. Here's their Pacific transfer. Point guard Washington up for Mustaf. Has that quickness advantage on Davidson and buries him with 2.
I think he has to attack. He has an advantage on the perimeter on the other end. Not a three-point shooter, but he can get downhill and physical enough to finish in the paint.
Mustaf's guarding Davidson at the other end. In the pick and pop, Hunter drives it, shoots it, way too deep, and volleyball spiked out of bounds by Davidson.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive there. He smacked that in the 3rd row.
In case those students didn't have their morning coffee yet, now they're awake. Georgia Tech, though, has made this a sleepy start at Littlejohn. Oh, yeah, they're awake.
Want to see who's leading the conference? Just tell Siri. Show me the ACC basketball standings. Want to see who's leading the conference? Just tell Siri. Show me the ACC basketball standings.
It's Duke, and it will be Duke heading into the ACC men's tournament next week. Duke and Carolina could meet for a third time in the semis. They'll be the 1 and the 4 seeds. Virginia and Miami in the 2 and 3 spots. Plenty to figure out for these first round and second round games. Clemson will be the 5 with a win. And we know 14 of the 15 teams that will go to Charlotte. The 15th seed is still a question. Notre Dame and Pitt are tied with 4 wins each. Notre Dame is at BC today. They're favored to win that game. Pitt is at Syracuse. If they remain tied, Pitt has the tiebreaker and would make it over Notre Dame. Georgia Tech will not be going to Charlotte. Boston College as well. Those 2 teams eliminated as the league sends 15 of 18 teams to the postseason tournament. 6-point lead for Tech here. 10 for 16 start for the Yellow Jackets. Jaeden Mustaf, step back 3 at the end of the shot clock is good.
Guard play for the Yellow Jackets. They're keeping them in it. Jaeden Mustaf's versatility is knocking down shots. That time, with a nice step back. He and Flemings right now are doing a lot. Heavy lifting on the offensive end for the Yellow Jackets.
Mustaf 7 points, 3 for 3. Johnson swings it for Hunter. Missed a wide open look. And then Godfrey ripped the rebound away from 2 Tech players and got fouled.
Tech's doing a really good job of forcing Clemson to shoot threes. The question becomes, once it hits the glass, can they rebound it? But on the offensive end, they're getting it done here. As you can see here, the kick was Wakeside rotation here. This will be the game for Georgia Tech. Can you battle on the glass and on the offensive end of the floor? Mustaf, known as a driver there, with a nice step back going left. If he knocks that down, look out.
Mustaf's been in double figures 5 straight, 7 of 8. And has really played well in ACC play. He only had 1 10-point game in the non-conference this year. He's got 9 in the league.
I think they found a place for him. He started that, like you said, that small ball lineup and putting him at the 4. It gives him an advantage now. Now he gets to initiate offense. They got Godfrey guarding him. And when teams put a pick out on him, now he puts your 4 and 5 like this in a ball screen. So his versatility in the offensive end is key for Georgia Tech.
Trying to slip through another back cut. Washington turns it over. 4th turnover for Georgia Tech. Clemson 2 for its last 12 from the field. Down by 8 on senior day. But a Johnson. Knocked around right to Davidson. Garbage disposal for the senior from Mission Viejo, who's got a dozen.
Georgia Tech's doing a really good job of dictating where they want the Clemson shots to come from. The question is, game begins once it hits the glass, and last 2 baskets, Clemson's doing their job on the offensive glass.
Top 2 by Fleming. Clemson has missed 14 shots, rebounded 7 of those 14. Porter got stripped. It's off his knee, and it's going to Georgia Tech.
Credit Damon Stoudemire's group. I mean, this team, like you talked about, lost 11 straight. No signs of any quit, any give up. They are coming here, and they're continuing to fight and continue to compete.
Yeah, given the way this season's gone, this could have been an early fold.
Yes.
No question. We've seen it.
It would not have been surprising had they come out here in the first TV timeout and just laid down. And that's just, but they did have a very enthusiastic practice yesterday. And again, it's carried over today. And even early when Clemson went on their little run, they didn't quit. They came out to continue to fight. So
Georgia Tech took timeout early, down 14-8 after Clemson had hit 3 threes, and it's been all Yellow Jackets since 19-7, since Damon Stoudemire called a timeout. Kelly got tangled up with Buckner. That'll be the first foul on Ace. Only 3 on Clemson in the game, only 4 on Georgia Tech in what's been a relatively clean first half. Brad Brownell just doesn't have a lot of nights where his teams start like this. Clemson team, which prides itself on being a boa constrictor type defense, forcing you into long possessions. He's given up lots of good looks. Not there from Fleming, though.
Yeah, they like the game to be a little mucky, a little muddy, get in the water, drag you deep. Long possessions, physical, fouls. They play deep. They go 9 or 10 guys. And that's what you want to see from Tigers.
A driving Chase Thompson will go to the line, draws a foul on Kelly.
Just driving there, taking the contact, and again, they want to put a lot of pressure either on a high-low action or driving at the rim. This is not a great 3-point shooting team. This is the way they want to play. Get downhill, draw fouls, control the paint.
Free throw missed badly by the 6'8" freshman from Glenwood, Minnesota, Chase Thompson. He's coming off of a 3 trillion on Tuesday in Chapel Hill, and splits a pair. Tech has not scored in, coming in on 2.5 minutes. Reeves, tough look, grabbed by Johnson.
At his size, he gets to that spot. You'd like to see him stay on balance with that length.
Hunter blocked again by Kowacie, his second. Tigers scramble back in transition, and then Thompson takes it away. Buckner on the run. Buckner, Thompson fouled. A late whistle came in against Fleming, his first, and Thompson will shoot 2 more.
Kowacie being very active on the defensive end of the floor. I think Georgia Tech missed him on the other end. They were late finding him. Rim run after the block, didn't get rewarded, and saw him late, and then they threw it away, throwing it inside. So right now, team's a little sloppy with the basketball.
Chase Thompson, Mr. Basketball in the state of Minnesota, was a football star as a 6'8" QB.
Wow. Not many of those.
Well, I want to know what kind of offense they ran at 6'8".
Tell you what, he had no trouble looking over the offensive line.
Maybe just a lot of tush pushes.
I would imagine. A lot of read options.
2 for 2 for Thompson. He's hit 3 straight from the line. 27-24. Clemson clawing back at home. Joe Lunardi has his team firmly around the 8-9 lines where they've been for a while. A loss probably wouldn't knock them out of the field, but it would damage them. This would be a quad 3 loss at home as Clemson creates another takeaway.
Right, Brown now encouraging this group to get after defensively, and great job on ball defense there, creating a steal.
There's a foul against Fleming on the reach in at the end, so 2 quick fouls on Fleming. Fleming and Washington each have 2, and it's a 1-and-1 for Ace Buckner.
Fleming's got off to a really good game here offensively with 9, and we'll see if Stoudemire chooses to leave him in the game.
Buckner missed it. Clemson's best free throw shooter at 82%. And an empty possession after the foul. Kelly in the corner. Missed a 3. Over 3 minutes without a point for Tech. Johnson a little too overzealous there. Couldn't bounce it to Welling. And Clemson turns it right back.
These are not the strongest offensive teams for both groups, and they're trying to force the action right now instead of just letting it come naturally.
There's Mustaf. Boy, does he look smooth. 4 for 4. 9 points for Jaeden Mustaf, son of a first-round pick, Rod Mustaf. Maryland star in college. And Georgia Tech has led most of the way here. Playing for pride and playing to spoil senior day with a 5-point lead.
Jaeden Mustaf not really concerned about Clemson Tigers senior day. He's having himself a heck of a first half here. Step back threes, driving, getting downhill, kissing it off the glass. He is doing it all.
Six turnovers forced already by Georgia Tech against Clemson.
They have done a great job there, and they've done it in different ways. You see the shot blocking there by Kowacie Reeves, and the surprise has been Kowacie on protecting the rim. Been out and just active, forcing turnovers off a Clemson team that's only averages 9 per game, already with 6 here, and strong showing so far here in the first half by the Yellow Jackets.
It's a Georgia Tech team that has had 11 different starting lineups this year. Hasn't had a single player appear in every game due to illness and injuries. 10 players have started a game overall. 9 have started a game in conference. And with nothing to play for, no ACC tournament bid at stake, Damon Stoudemire's team leads one of the best teams in the ACC by 5 on the road.
Kevin, we don't know what happens in the future or whatever rumors therefore, but the last 2 years, the injuries that Georgia Tech has had to deal with, it's just hard to fathom. I mean, what could have been? I think that's going to be, if you had to define Damon Stoudemire's regime right now, it's just been what if.
Washington at 3, that will go. Extends the lead to 6, the first bucket for Lamar Washington. Now, this is year 3 for Damon Stoudemire. He is thought to be very much on the hot seat as Georgia Tech has had a tough third year, had a tough first year. Last year, we're a 500 team in a down ACC. Jake Wallin with a 3 for Clemson. And finally, this game's starting to open up.
Another offensive rebound there by Clemson.
That's 8 on 16 misses. Clemson is statistically the second worst offensive rebounding team in the ACC in league games. Off his own miss, Fleming will get to the line.
The small lineup of Georgia Tech with Mustaf at the 4 and rotating in. It's giving Clemson, the only reason they're hanging around in this game is their ability to get offensive rebounds right now. And
Chase Thompson picked up his first foul. See, Fleming didn't hit a shot against Clemson in the first meeting from the field. Today, it's 3 for 8. He's into double figures. So year by year for Damon Stoudemire. Year 1, 14 and 18. They did beat Clemson and Duke and Carolina, who all made the Sweet 16. So they had a tough year, but they had this little giant killing reputation. Last year, got a bye, got to 10 and 10 in the league. A little bit of progress. This is a year where Georgia Tech really hoped they'd take a step up. They were picked 13th in the ACC, and they're going to finish either 17th or 18th in the league. Injuries certainly a part of the story, but progress has not been made on the court. And there are real questions whether Damon Stoudemire will be back for a year 4 or not, as the ACC's taken a big step forward this year. 7, 8 teams headed to the tournament, maybe 9 if somebody gets out in Charlotte. And they've really fallen to the back of the pack this season.
And talking to Damon Stoudemire yesterday, he would very much like the opportunity to right the ship. He understands that this trajectory of this team a year ago was going up, but the injuries and what it cost them this year, his team is coming out and they're fighting for him.
And they're up by 8. They are hot from deep, 5 for 8 from 3. And Fleming's got 14. Brad Brownell has seen enough. Damon Stoudemire, well dressed for this season finale, has seen his Georgia Tech team go 5 for 8 from 3 to start. We're back in 30 to Clemson.
Wow.
Kai Fleming, freshman from Marietta, Georgia, out of the overtime elite program, has scored 14 points in his first half. He's already 60% of the way to his season high, just about, of 20 against Lafayette. Remember, he did not hit a field goal in Atlanta when the Yellow Jackets played Clemson on January 24th. Had just 4 points in that game.
I mean, he's a talented freshman. He is a 10-point-a-game scorer, and that's really good for a freshman in most years. Even this year with so many elite, one of the deepest freshman class in the history of college basketball.
Godfrey slides it home. Hunter picks up his 4th assist to no turnovers. And Clemson back within 6 with 1:10 to play in the half.
Yeah, that time wanted to get it to Godfrey on the roll, get him basketball on the move.
Fleming, 3. In and out, and grabbed by Hunter. In the final minute of the half, Hunter spots Wallin. Charging in, he missed the dunk.
Wallin had to laugh coming back down the floor. He surprised himself.
Dongo. Washington at 3. Another rebound for Hunter, and he gets undercut by Dongo. It's only Dongo's first. It will send Dylan Hunter to the line for a 1-and-1.
You don't mind those fouls. And for Dongo, I think that's one thing that has limited him is foul trouble. But again, getting a foul on the offensive glass, something you want to see from a coach. But Clemson right now offensively, they're struggling because they know they're getting doubled. What happens to a big when you get doubled, you just stop looking to score. And you can see Brad Brownell, the previous play, trying to get his bigs the basketball on the move. You also want to try to get the ball in the middle of the floor.
Hunter is 76% free throw shooter. By far the best shooting season of his 4 college years as he hits the first. First 3 years for Dylan Hunter, more of a bit player in the rotation, very poor from 3 and from the line. Look at the job he's done to improve his shooting and his all-around game this year.
Yeah, it's finally his team. I mean, had his brother Chase here for so long, his big brother Chase here for so long, and great things they accomplished together here. And finally, the reps are his now to lead this team, and he's had a really good year.
And Georgia Tech will take a timeout. 30.7 to go in the half. A 30-second timeout. We'll be back. Georgia Tech takes a timeout. Now, we were told Georgia Tech had taken a timeout that stopped play early in the game, about the 14:40 mark. The video board here says there are 3 timeouts left. Again, we were told by the officiating crew that David Stoudemire did take a timeout early, which would mean they have 2 left. Well, we'll sort that out shortly. But either way, they're drawing up one final play here, and they should have the lead into the half. What do you think they look for in this last possession?
I like the 4 or 5 ball screen action you've had before with Mustaf.
Mustaf's in the paint right now, with just outside of it with Godfrey on him. Here he goes. Got it back right on cue. Mustaf draws a foul on Davidson.
That's the guy. I mean, you can see the matchup problem. You're playing a small ball lineup, and again, he has an advantage against Godfrey or any of the frontline guys for Clemson here. So give him a chance. He loves to get to that left hand there, and once he feels the contact, he gets to the rim.
And he felt it all right.
Really proud of what he's done and what he's overcome. Losing his dad as the season started, and this freshman year, and he's just been just a great young man.
His dad, Gerard, died October 28, 2024, just about a week before last year started.
Yeah.
And Jaeden, slow starter, really strong finish to the year. This is a kid who was an ESPN 100 prospect. He had some big-time interest. Arkansas, Indiana, Maryland, and he from Bowie, Maryland, moved to Charlotte, moved to Atlanta, played for Overtime Elite. So it has to be a real point of pride getting to play well for what's become hometown team. As he goes 2 for 2, he's got 11 in the first half.
I think he's finally found his role as this chess piece that just rotates around. I mean, he played every position for Damon Stoudemire as a point. I think he's found a home at that 4 spot.
But Kowacie with a block on Hunter. 3 blocks for Kowacie in the first half, and Clemson has just 9/10 of a second left to get up a shot. Now maybe there's a clock issue here. Looked like a little bit more time ran off the clock after the ball went out of bounds. Brad Brownell and his staff were roaring about it, so the officials will check.
Brad Brownell's hoping enough time to be able to drop a play so his guys can shoot it, but how about Kowacie coming over, and he's been a presence inside. It's a little over a second there, which is what you want to see from Brad Brownell. Gives you enough time to catch and shoot. Kowacie is throwing around at 199 pounds now. He's making his presence felt.
Going to be 1.7 the time. Out of Cumming, Georgia, Cole Kowacie. The first game against Clemson, basically non-existent. 2 points, 1 rebound in 6 minutes. He doesn't have a point or a rebound today, and yet 3 blocks. That's a new season high. You know, it's strange. He's only blocked shots in 4 games this year. 3 of the 4 he has multiple blocks. So Clemson with 1.7 to go. Will inbound with Hunter. Davidson gets up a 3, and it's off the rim. Well, on the final day of the regular season, what a surprise story we have here. Georgia Tech. Davidson 12, Godfrey 6. None of the other 7 Clemson players have more than 3 points today, including Butta Johnson, who starts the second half. All 5 senior starters are back out there for Clemson. Johnson, Hunter, Porter, Godfrey, and Davidson. Here's Johnson off a shot fake of a 3. Out for Porter. Dances in. Floats it home. 5 for Justin Porter.
Great drive there by Porter, getting in the paint with the chid drop. But again, it started with Godfrey embracing the double team in a post and throwing it out, finding the open weak side cutter.
You said anything to change strategically for Clemson on defense this half?
I think just, again, got to be engaging the basketball more and guarding the ball off the dribble.
That's a turnover. Mustaf was standing out of bounds, and Jamel Spearman saw it. 7th turnover for Tech.
And they're going to have to just sit down and guard because, again, Mustaf is physically strong. As you can see, they're putting him on R.J. Godfrey. We know how physically imposing he can be. Tells you the strength and versatility that Jaeden Mustaf provides.
Davidson right now is being guarded by the 6'4 Washington. Godfrey was looking for him. Porter step back, follows his own miss, and resets. Here's Godfrey, taking it into Dongo. Godfrey muscles it home. First 4 of the half belong to Clemson.
He loves to get to that right hand.
Right now, Godfrey's guarding Fleming. So there have been some mismatches early in the half. Teams are not looking at. Here's Fleming. Crossing over Godfrey. Got him in the air and draws the foul. First against RJ, 2-shot foul.
Well, we talked about Jaeden Mustaf and the half that he's had, but make no doubt about it, Fleming's has been equally as effective. Once he banked in that first shot 3, it just seems like things just open up for him. He's really aggressive. Already attempted 11 field goals in the first half.
And Fleming 5 for 6 from the line. He's one of 2 Yellow Jackets to play in 29 of the 30 games this year. Nobody's played in all 30 coming into today. The other Yellow Jacket, by the way, who's played in 29 games is Cam Kraft, who was available but did not play in the first half. So Georgia Tech went to just a 7-man rotation in the first half.
Cam Kraft, the transfer from Miami of Ohio.
Not the place you want to have transferred from in hindsight.
Not right now.
Undefeated Redhawks, who completed an undefeated regular season yesterday, beat Ohio in maybe the game of the year. In overtime, both teams cracked 100. 31-0 for Miami, the story of the year going into the MAC tournament.
That's just a tough luck there. Jaeden Mustaf with a great play.
2-hand takeaway for Mustaf for Georgia Tech team that struggles to force turnovers. They forced 7.
They're taking away that high-low action, and Jaeden Mustaf is not pressuring. He's sagging in the lane and able to take away that pass. And maybe Clemson's going to have to be forced to do some dribble handoff actions to get the guards going.
Dongo had a quiet first half. It plays the angle neatly. Second bucket for Dongo, and Georgia Tech has answered Clemson's first 4 of the half with 4 straight of its own.
No one ever questions the talent. Both ends of the floor by Dongo.
Porter, nothing but the bottom of the net.
He's just sagging off now, and you can see the high-low action. They're trying to take advantage of the mismatch. But Jaeden Mustaf is hanging off so far in here, getting the ball to Dongo, shooting that hook off the glass.
Well, you could see at the bottom of your screen, Brad Bradell's talking to R.J. Godfrey, maybe about that exact play. Mustaf into Dongo, tough catch, tipped away. It's called Georgia Tech ball. Hunter wants a review. See if Brad Brownell will challenge this play.
I think Hunter's right. Had they challenged it.
And they don't.
Man, officials not looking.
Reeves. Kowacie Reeves hadn't put up a shot in a long time and buries his first bucket since the 11:02 mark of the first half. 6-0 run for Georgia Tech. And they're back up by 8.
Kevin, let's remember that. I mean, again, that's definitely was off by Dongo's hand, and Clemson not challenging it. And Georgia Tech takes advantage of it.
There have been a couple of times for Clemson this week where Brad Brownell's looked to challenge a play. It just looks like he hasn't gotten a clear answer before the time when the officials started play again. There's been some talking to himself from Brad Brownell, some real frustration. Welling, that's the second missed dunk for Clemson today. Jackets have a 5-on-4 and they squander it.
The only one that stopped Clemson frontline guys from dunking is the rim. I mean,
the 6th defender.
He looks like me trying to dunk right there. Just couldn't get it quite up over the rim. Like complete wipeout over there. Lucky for him, they got the turnover on the other end.
And they turn it back over. Johnson and Welling, misconnection. 8th Clemson turnover. And a Clemson foul. I think that'll be on Budda Johnson trying to fight in the post. It's his first.
That's by Dongo. Impact again. Trying to post up, be physical. Without R.J. Godfrey providing that physicality on the front line. I mean, no one is more athletic and quicker on the floor than by Dongo.
But he turns it over. Yeah, this game needs a factory reset right now.
Yeah. Well, you got both teams coming in. They're not playing their best basketball. We know Clemson's a tournament team, but they have dropped 5 of 6. And they're not the first half. They've given up 50% from the floor and 50% from the 3. And
they played very well last week here against Louisville and won. If they had, boy, they'd be sweating out Selection Sunday right now.
They really would be without that win at home. And they'd have some concerns heading into the ACC tournament.
Hunter steps back. Dongo on him. Into Welling, has the size advantage and then just airballs a little turnaround. So Clemson has gone cold. Hadn't scored in close to 3 minutes. 6-0 run for Georgia Tech, which stays in front. It's been this kind of afternoon for Brad Brownell, just muttering to anybody and nobody in particular.
Every March, millions of people experience bracket brain. Thankfully, there's ESPN Tournament Challenge. So download the ESPN Tournament Challenge app and get you and your brain in the game.
Side effects may include untold riches. Clemson will be at the NCAA tournament. Dr. Joe Lenardi thinks they're an 8 seed right now, but they are scuffling. 35 in the net. The wins above bubble, that's a new results-based metric introduced last year. They're 31 in that. That's important in seeding the field. So they'll be in the field. They're fine, but they're heading the wrong direction right now going into the postseason.
Yeah, you just don't want to get into your conference tournament and you're not playing your best basketball. This team started out 10-1, and they won't even have a double bye. And again, lost 5 of 6, and during that losing streak, in those 4 losses, they just were not defending, giving up a high percentage from field goal, and they were over 42% from 3. They rebounded against Louisville and defended well against Carolina, but they are not defending well here tonight.
Ooh, what a move by Mustaf. A spin cycle deuce. Mustaf's got 13. He's perfect from the field. And Georgia Tech is rolling here, up 10. Welling on the kick out. Needed it.
Good play here, but again, starts on the defensive end of the floor and no answer right now. And if I'm Georgia Tech, I'm looking for number 3.
The second worst offense in ACC games this year, Georgia Tech. Shooting 55% today. 5 of 10 3, 8 of 9 free throws. There's a turnover, though. Clemson off what's been a rare stop. Johnson on the handoff. Wallin. Eight to shoot for Jake Wallin. Ace Buckner has had a quiet day. Back into Welling. In the post. Welling got it. A friendly bounce. He scored the last 5, and the lead is 5.
I think the advantage inside against Mustaf, turn and face. Great finish there using a length. But now he's going to force you to guard off the bounce, and they hadn't had an answer for him off the dribble this entire afternoon.
Mustaf going at Welling. Mustaf, first miss of the game. Welling's got it. Mustaf a little slow, sprints back into the play. Johnson, corner, 3. Georgia Tech takes its second timeout, and Clemson has answered an 8-0 Tech run with 8 straight of its own. to 17. Georgia Tech took its largest lead at 10. Clemson has scored the last 8 points since.
And again, it got started on the defensive end of the floor. Welling's got it going with knocking down that 3-ball. But they've created 4 second-half turnovers that led to another 3 there in the corner by Butter Johnson. And again, if Clemson start knocking down threes, look out.
17 points off 10 Georgia Tech turnovers. Clemson's last lead was 14-13. That was 19 minutes and 38 seconds of game time ago. And with a win, Clemson will be the 5 seed in the tournament in the ACC. They can't get to the double bye. They could fall as low as the 6 or 7 with a loss, which is almost window dressing. The big thing is you don't want to lose at home to Georgia Tech going into the ACC tournament.
And you want to have a bounce back. You want to start playing your best basketball again, getting back to competing on the defensive end of the floor. And they did not have a good half. I mean, again, giving up 50% from the floor and 3. And it started this half with an 8-0 run by the Yellow Jackets. Again, not defending at the level and the intensity that they need to.
7 to shoot for Dongo. Very slow developing Tech possession. Mustaf's had a brilliant game. That's well off the mark, and it's crashed down by Welling.
That shot helps Clemson to settle there. Again, your Mustaf, put your head down, use your physicality, and get in the paint. Good things happen.
Buckner out to Porter. In and out. The lead was halfway down. 13 to play in this second half. Tech on an 11-game losing streak turns it over. Johnson off the deflection. Johnson, foul. Johnson scores. In his final collegiate home game, Efrem Butter Johnson can give Clemson the lead.
Clemson's come back, creating another turnover here. Chance had a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, but it's the defensive end of the floor. If Clemson wants to continue to play into March, it's got to be on that end of the floor. Great job since the timeout, getting stops, creating turnovers, and finishing by the Clemson Tigers.
Butter Johnson's first 3 years at UAB. He played brilliantly against Clemson a couple of years ago. Got on their radar when he scored 17 in a 1-point loss 2 seasons ago. And ending his home career in Littlejohn, he has given Clemson its first lead since 14-13. Mustaf now. He wants a clear out here. He wants to take Welling. Dongo is going to get the ball instead against Wallin. Dongo spurts it out to Mustaf, who banks Georgia Tech back in front.
Nice 2-man game there by Mustaf and by Dongo. Really unselfish play by those guys.
15 for Mustaf, just 3 off a career high. Buckner picked up by Reeves. Buckner on a strong drive. Clemson back in front.
He's taken over in that, like Zach Foster's role of giving. He has a burst and a confidence about his game where you can give him a basketball and allow him to get downhill.
Foster's there. Freshman guard, great athlete, who tore his ACL against South Carolina in the non-conference. Dongo again, right into Wallin. And then a foul. You could barely hear the whistle called on Fleming, his 3rd. When this building wakes up, it's about as lively as there is in the league. And it's awake now.
Childress, nice little cross. Oh my, what a crossover there. And he, oh, no,
Did you see that?
Get me. Oh,
Man.
Gotta get busy now. Gotta get busy now. Penetration, give yourself a chance.
Randolph Childress just broke the tournament record and put North Carolina down by 2.
That's the kind of moment you expect to see at the T. Rowe Price ACC Men's Basketball Tournament, held next week, Tuesday to Saturday at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. Get your tickets by scanning the QR code or visiting the acc.com/mbpt. My partner, the great Randolph Childress, 1995, when your Wake Forest Demon Deacons won their first conference title in 33 years.
And I remember it like it was yesterday. And the tournament is still such a special environment, and it's going to be really exciting, that moment down in Charlotte. And can someone like the Virginia Tech Hokies, we're sitting here with another screen, and they battled back against Virginia. Can they go on a run and win it?
Welling, foul, he finishes!
He ends up in the same spot, but this time he makes the basket.
Yeah, don't try to dunk it. Carter Welling has had a huge second half, and Clemson leads by 3 with 1 to go.
Yeah, their big guys are capable of attacking the rim off the bounce, and great job there. Kowacie has been able to block a few shots. This time, instead of attacking him in a post, they take him on the perimeter, isolate him, and drive him.
Three-point play for Welling. I do want to ask before we fully moved on, what were you thinking when you were doing the little come-hither hand motion there on the jumper?
I got to tell you, they had beaten us at home early in the year, and Jeff McGinnis had made the comment that I had choked. And I took offense to that, so I always remembered that, and I knew we had played him a week before in a Dean Dome and won. And just another chance to get back. What a game by Flemings.
Whew. He's got 18 now, 2 shy of a season high. Fleming and Mustaf closing in on their season highs, career highs for Fleming, a freshman, Mustaf a sophomore. Georgia Tech back within 2. Foul is Lamar Washington's 3rd. As Mustaf checked back in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about a Georgia Tech team, and Kevin, they have talent. I mean, Bai Dongo was a preseason second teamer for a reason. And, you know, there's some youth there, and we see Jaeden Mustaf has only his versatility as a sophomore, and Fleming's a double-digit scorer, and Kowacie Reeves and the talent that he is. Just surprising that this 11-game losing streak, but this is a team that in Cameron was right there at the end at the buzzer, which we know is a difficult place to win, and they were right there with a chance to win, and just lacked some confidence and battled injuries and a lot of inconsistency. But this is a really dangerous team, and they're playing today.
Washington, their point guards, just picked up his 4th foul, so he'll check out of the game for Kelly. How do you think it got to this? Because for much of this game, Georgia Tech's looked like the more talented team on the floor. How did they get to 2-15 with a group with this much talent?
It started when they lost to Virginia. They just never recovered in the loss to UVA, and UVA hammered these guys, and after a while confidence set in, and again, there's no get back games, get right games in this league. Everyone wants you to show something, and teams are going to test that. And I think if there's one thing that just Georgia Tech group lacked, it was a mental toughness throughout the season, and you don't lose 11 in a row with this type of talent unless you just lack confidence in yourself. And the freshmen right now are stepping up, and these young guys, they get better as the year go on also.
Reeves trying to jab his way past Johnson. Top fadeaway is good for Kowacie Reeves.
He just has that ability to get his shot whenever he wants. He's shooting the 3 well, and at his length, that's 6'7".
Godfrey went flying into the paint. Godfrey got fouled as Buckner went driving in.
Man, this is not an easy shot here. Just fakes it, drives, it spins away from the double team coming, and that is a big-time fadeaway there by Kowacie Reeves.
6'7" senior, going to end his career today. He began at Florida, 2 years there, was a 7-point-per-game scorer. 3 years at Georgia Tech. Medical redshirt after a foot injury limited him to 6 games last year. Buckner hits the front end of the 1-and-1 to put Clemson back in front.
And let's not forget he's an author. 2 books. Just a great story.
Books are called I Am Not Your Doctrine and Nature's Renaissance. And Damon Stoudemire will tell you he's a better human being than he is a basketball player, and he's a darn good basketball player.
A lot of the talk yesterday was that he's one of those guys that he's going to be missed, having him around.
55-53, Clemson back on top, nearing the midway point of this regular season finale. Mustaf with a head of steam, scores it, and a foul. Jaeden Mustaf can tie his career high at the line and can give Georgia Tech the lead at the line.
Not sure who you're going to put on him, but you got to find someone to guard him on the perimeter. One of these front line guys. No one has been able to stay in front of Jaeden Mustaf. And as we get down late in the guts of this game here, Georgia Tech has come to play.
They haven't figured out how to guard him yet. 7 for 9 from the field for Mustaf. And he ties a career high, still with 10:04 to go. Georgia Tech by 1 in Littlejohn, a building where they won in 3 overtimes last year. Buckner answers with a 3.
He has that ability for him, and I think they're a different team when he plays free and with a level of confidence.
Mustaf cannot answer. 11 lead changes, 4 ties in the game. Buckner with all 7 in the second half, sensing an opportunity for more. He left it short.
Brad Brownell is not very happy with that. That's too quick of a shot for his taste.
And then Buckner commits his 3rd foul. So a little good, bad, and ugly in about a 60-second span for Ace.
Yeah, that's just a freshman in him again. You hit the 3 and he caught up in the emotion, and you take the next quick shot, then you try to get it back and commit a foul. And Brad Brownell is looking at him like I look at my putter when I'm playing golf. Just want to set him down, put him back in the bag right now.
A rising jumper by Fleming is off the mark. Dylan Hunter replaced Buckner. The senior at the controls with 9:14 to go. His final home game in a decorated Clemson career for Dylan and his brother Chase. Inside Davidson, outside Wally, no. Porter came flying in, the smallest guy on the floor, but Fleming has the rebound.
That's the shot they're willing to give Clemson, and if they can rebound it, they can get stops.
Mustaf against Wallin. Isolation for Jaeden Mustaf. On the dribble, got the push, wanted a foul. Hunter has the rebound. Hunter behind the back for Davidson. Puts it in from deep. And lights up the crowd on the way down.
That's where Nick Davidson is most comfortable. Of all their bigs, he's the best perimeter shooter.
Mustaf. Fleming with the offensive rebound. Draws Clemson's 5th foul of the half. A tough shooting night Tuesday in Chapel Hill, but Davidson 6 for 8 today.
Yeah, he's not much of a roller. He's much better at picking and popping there, and he turns the corner. Yellow Jackets don't communicate on the ball screen, and he buries the 3.
Nick Davidson had a stretch this year against BC where he scored 21 consecutive points for Clemson in a 9.5-minute span. On record, go back to 87-88. That is the most consecutive points scored by one player at Clemson. Hunter Tyson had 17 in a row in 2022. And now Davidson's racking up fouls. He picked up his 2nd on the last possession and sit with his 3rd here.
And that's hard to do because he needs someone to get him the basketball, right? He's not a guy that brings it up and calls the sets. That's something you'd expect from a guard.
Welling will return for Wallin. Nick Davidson, one of 5 seniors ending his regular season career here, though his Clemson team hopes they have a ways to go. Reeves, too much space for Kowacie Reeves with 13.
It's just weird when you watch him on the court. He just does it. It makes it look easy.
Looks like one of the best shot makers in college basketball.
Absolutely. I mean, he looks like a guy that's going to make a lot of money playing this game. When you watch him, he scores it at every level, and you look at him and say, this guy should have better numbers. He should be averaging more points. He does everything.
Johnson tied up. Porter, a three. No good. Reeves flies in for the rebound. Their last game against Cal, he had 19 of Georgia Tech's first 33. He didn't score another point.
I think that's the issue with Baidongo and Kowacie Reeves is they don't force the action enough as their talent should dictate.
Fleming's pass was thrown away, or was it deflected? It was called by Jamel Spearman. Clemson ball. Adam Flory saying it's tipped and Georgia Tech ball. We'll figure it out when we come back. 7:08 to go in Clemson. I don't know. I think Clemson challenged.
Previous out of bounds play is being challenged by Clemson.
The call on the floor was officially off of Clemson, Georgia Tech ball. Clemson challenged that play and will win the challenge because Nick Davidson never touched the ball, though, as you noted, Randolph, during the break, he did touch the player.
Yes, you see the foul right here on his arm, but you can't go back and add that. He did not touch the basketball after that, and rightfully so. Should be the Clemson Tigers ball.
So Clemson will retain its challenge and not lose its timeout. Here's Lee Cassell.
The coach's challenge is successful. It'll be Clemson ball with 30 on the shot clock. They'll retain their 30-second timeout, and they have one additional challenge remaining in the game.
So Clemson has one challenge remaining. 7:08 to go. Clemson ball up 3. Randolph, what's important down the stretch?
For the Yellow Jackets, can it just run your offense? Can you rebound the basketball against Clemson? And for Clemson on the offensive end of the floor now, with R.J. Godfrey not in the lineup, where's your offense going to come from? And I think you put Ace Buckner back in, settle him back down. He provides a spark as long as you got Dylan Hunter out there to just get everybody calm and set.
Clemson is currently the 5 seed in the ACC tournament. They'll be that with a win. They could fall to the 6 or 7 with a loss. Welling inside has had a great second half. 10 of his 12 since the break. And Clemson is 1 point shy of its largest lead.
Yellow Jackets, you got to know the difference between the two bigs. Davidson wants to pop. Welling wants to roll.
Fleming and Mustaf with 18 each. Reeves with 13. Those three have 49 of the 58 for Tech. Mustaf forcing the issue. Got it back and gets it up with a foul. Nick Davidson is called for his 4th foul. The last 3 have come in rapid-fire succession.
When Jaeden Mustaf decides he wants to get to the rim, good things happen for Georgia Tech. I mean, here, gets in, jumps into Welling, initiates the contact, but there the offensive rebound gets hit on the arm by Davidson. Brad Brownell with that look again.
Jake Wallin's going to replace Davidson as Mustaf has a new career-high 19. What a way to end the season for Jaeden Mustaf. Again, there's so much uncertainty in this program. It's unclear if Damon Stoudemire will return for a 4th year. You just don't know. I mean, you don't know what anybody's going to look like. And now, a program wins, loses, or is indifferent. You don't know what players are going to return in the transfer portal world. And this is the last day of this season for these Georgia Tech players to show out. Johnson way off the mark.
Yeah, it's a good read by Johnson to stop and pop on the screen, but he was way off on a pull-up.
Mustaf. Hunter guarding him now. The smaller guard on Mustaf. A screen from Dongo. Mustaf into traffic. Mustaf is fouled again. 1-and-1 coming for Jaeden Mustaf, who's already scored 20. Foul is the first on Wallin.
Nice head-up play by Mustaf. Doesn't matter if they're sagging off. You just take up the space. He has the ball handling ability to get to his spots. As we talked about it, he was the starting point guard for the Yellow Jackets at one point in time, and now he's just a chess piece that Damon Stoudemire gets to move all over the place to his advantage. And today, it's at that 4 spot.
6 for 6 from the line for Mustaf, who was a 70% free throw shooter. Seven for 7. He's got 22. It's a 1-point game.
With this lineup again, put Welling in ball screens.
Hunter will take it out to the logo. Wallin, a little ghost screen. Hunter. Wallin, here's Welling. A big dribble in the paint, and he tries to just bury himself through Kelly's chest. 3rd foul on Chaz Kelly. It will be a 2-shot foul.
Welling's bringing a level of physicality with the Clemson Tigers. He's screening and rolling really hard. Georgia Tech switching 5, and he got a smaller defender on him. And great job just sitting down, demanding the basketball and drawing the foul.
Welling, a junior, transfer from Utah Valley. Buries the first 2, 70% free throw shooter. Great game Tuesday in Chapel Hill. 13-8, 3 blocks, season high blocks, season high 3 threes.
They're really high on him. They think he's a guy that if he comes back next year can garner all ACC type of honors with his play. They think he's that skilled and that talented.
Split the pair. The lead is still only 2. Yellow Jackets hanging around. Mustaf guarded by Wallin. Now Clemson throws a little size at it. Kelly. Dongo screening Johnson. Here's Reeves. Jabs his way in and throws it down. Kowacie Reeves with a ferocious dunk to tie the score.
Kevin, that is what he is known for. Just an athletic wing getting downhill. He has developed the 3-ball, but my goodness, what a drive and finish.
Johnson's fouled at the other end. Here's the dunk again and again.
Man, you don't want to get in the way of that guy again. He's just beats the defender on a closeout, and that's a 6'7" wing with really long arms and some bounce. I mean, he just scores it on every level, and that type of length is just, I mean, he could easily be a 20-point per game scorer.
This has to be, I don't know if it's equal parts, but some part satisfying, some part frustrating for Damon Stoudemire for Georgia Tech, because they have come to Clemson, one of the toughest teams in the league, one of the toughest venues, given them everything, look like the more athletic, determined team for much of the game. And the frustrating part has to be, it's a team that's lost 11 in a row.
Yeah, where have you been, right?
They're here today. Will it be enough for a seismic upset to end the regular season? Kelly nearly lost it. Mustaf right before the sideline saved possession. Reeves, deep three. Got it! Kowacie Reeves, that's about as impressive a pair of possessions as you can have. He shoots Georgia Tech in front.
Kowacie Reeves was just an unbelievable shot there.
At the other end, Porter right down the lane. Clemson by a point. Back and forth, the pendulum swings.
This isn't a very deep Georgia Tech team. They've been playing basically with a 7-man roster here. Do they have enough left in the tank to bring it home as we just get under the 4-minute mark? Continue to give it to Jaeden Mustaf.
Dongo, Kelly. He's not been among the primary scorers today. Kelly with only 2. Georgia Tech's going to have the ball with 3:38 to go. I'm not sure we expected this level of entertainment, Randolph.
We did not, but I'll take you. Kowacie Reeves with the bomb. Porter comes back, not to be denied, gets in the rim. The seniors are trying to finish. Nobody wants to go home.
Well, Clemson's owned this series for the most part of late. 6-2 in the last 8 against Georgia Tech. The 2 losses were here in overtime. In fact, the last 2 games here have gone to double and then triple OT. And the way this game's gone, it wouldn't be a shock to see it there. 13 lead changes, 5 ties. Georgia Tech within 1. The worst team in the ACC this season has led for nearly 23 minutes and has shot 51% on the road at Clemson. And check that out. We've been talking about these matchups today, Randolph. Mustaf and Reeves. They've scored the last 16 and 22 of the last 24 for Georgia Tech.
They've been able to keep Georgia Tech in it. Flemings did a really job in the first half. Mustaf has played a heck of a game, and now Reeves has picked things up here lately. Do they have enough as we approach the last 3 minutes and 38 seconds?
Kelly will inbound it. Georgia Tech hasn't made a sub since 8:15. Kelly, Mustaf, Fleming, Reeves, and Dongo. Mustaf slipped. Got it back. Has to get rid of the ball and does with 2 seconds to go. And Kelly misses a deep 3. The Mustaf slip really foiled the possession. And then Porter gets held by Fleming. That's the 10th team foul on Georgia Tech. It's the 4th foul on Fleming. And it means 2 shots for Justin Porter.
That's a senior taking advantage of a freshman there. He comes to the ball screen. His teammate yells out, screen, screen, screen. Porter rejects it. Nothing Flemings can do but foul.
77% free throw shooter. It's been interesting to see how Brad Brownell's mixed and matched. A couple of the guys sitting right behind him. R.J. Godfrey and Dylan Hunter. Decorated players on senior day, not in the game with 3:12 to go. Typically they are Clemson closers. But Brad Brownell's found something a little different here. Welling's played big minutes. Wallen's given him a spark. Johnson, Porter, Buckner, the guards. They're on the floor with Clemson up 3 and 3 to play. Off a cut, Reeves. Welling closed out. Dongo, dribble handoff for Kelly. Kelly, boy, he's taking some really tough shots. Dongo saves it to Reeves, who missed a 3 to tie. And what do we have here? Welling is out of bounds. No foul. Welling out of bounds. So Georgia Tech ball with 2:42 to play.
Yeah, Welling and Wayleen, friendly fire there. Both took each other out, but they got a chance to set their defense. So it's a great job not throwing it in bounds.
Shot clock's at 20, so the officials say it's not a possession reset. Reeves off the inbounds, free for 2 more. He's got 20 and the lead is 1.
Kevin, nobody's better at making that baseline runner on a baseline out of bounds play than Reeves. At his size and length, he just comes off, turns the corner and elevates. You know it's coming, but you just can't stop it.
Good shot fake by Butta Johnson, who runs in for 2.
Nice floater there. Missed a couple of threes here in the second half. And great pull-up runner after shot fake.
Johnson with a dozen, 1 shy of his season high. 3-point Clemson lead. Dongo trying to bully Wallen. By Dongo looking to pass. Bailed out by Reeves. With 5 to shoot. Slipped to Dongo. And ran right into the wall of Welling and draws a hard foul. A foul that did damage to both sides of the action. Second against Welling. Dongo is being helped to his feet.
I mean, this is a high impact foul, and it's a foul. I think the left arm of Welling catches by Dongo in the face.
The officials are huddling in front of the monitor. You can challenge a block charge cylinder play. I'm not sure if that is the specific call, if it was a block charge because of the cylinder. If Welling was called for a block for being in the cylinder, that would become reviewable.
Well, I think Stoudemire is talking about he's trusting his player here, and Baidongo's holding his face. So he's looking to see if there's some contact to the face, hoping to get some type of flagrant one or something. See there, the left hand hits Baidongo right in the mouth.
I don't believe that was called a, not cylinder, the restricted area. I don't believe that was called a block because of the restricted area. Yeah, so you're reviewing whether it's a common foul or flagrant. I mean, it's not legal guarding position when you bring your arm into somebody's face.
Basketball is a contact sport, but not smacking anybody in the face. Accidentally, of course, but makes a good job officiating too, not making it any more than that. I think he was intentional, just having his hands up, and contact to the chest made his hands come down and puts Dongo on the line. But you got to earn it the old-fashioned way.
1:52 to go. Baidongo has scored just 4 points today. 12-point per game scorer. Second on Georgia Tech. He's taken a back seat to the great wing and guard play. Fleming, Mustaf, and Reeves. Mustaf and Reeves have scored the last 18 Georgia Tech points. Here's Dongo for 2 free throws. Georgia Tech 14 for 15 at the line.
They're a good free throw shooting team. They shoot 70% on the season.
Some old timers somewhere saying, how is 70% good? Kids these days can't practice their fundamentals. Dongo missed it.
It's good for a big guy like him to be shooting 72%. I can tell you that. A lot of teams would take that. No, he gave one back there.
72-70. 100 seconds to go. Buckner finds Johnson for 3. Got it! Brad Brownell tried to get a timeout to set his defense. He couldn't, but he does have a 5-point lead. Mustaf rolls his way in. Another block is called. Buckner hit the deck hard. His 3rd foul, and Mustaf will shoot 2 with 1:24.
Clemson's doing a great job of putting Welling in the ball screen. He cuts down the rim, and look at the weak side guard there. Reeves comes over to tag. Butter Johnson tells him it's just too late, knocking down a 3 in here. Dave Mustaf turns the corner, and that's just a hard call now to be made. You know, remember the rule change. You can't, it's got to be there early, and I think maybe 2 years ago that's an offensive foul, but not in today's game.
Foul, by the way, was Buckner's 3rd. We told you earlier he had 3. Jamel Spearman came to us at the 8-minute media timeout and said there was a change in a foul earlier. Buckner was called for a foul that was actually on Wallin. So Wallin has 2, Buckner 3. One more free throw for Mustaf. 9 for 9 today. He's blown past his previous career high of 18 with 24. Nick Davidson will come in for Wallin, another senior on the floor for Clemson. So 1:24 to go. Fleming checks out for Kerouac. I've been in the game for a long time. A little extra size with Davidson on the floor.
Stoudemire's concerned about ability to rebound, and the length of the roll of Welling coming down the lane has been giving him trouble, and they go right to it again.
Buckner tripped up, fouled. Oh, Georgia Tech thought they had a steal. Jamel Spearman thought otherwise. 4th foul on Kelly.
He tries to split, and Chaz Kelly comes over, and he does get a little ball, but he gets some arm also.
So Fleming, Washington, and Kelly, 3/7 of today's rotation with 4 fouls. 2-shot foul for Buckner, 7 points, all in the half. And he rims out the first. Fleming returns for Kerouac. Georgia Tech still has 2 timeouts. Clemson has 3.
Moments like this, you never know how a young player is going to respond. See if he can calm the nerves and knock one down.
He can, barely. 2-possession lead with 1:12 to go. Davidson picks up Mustaf. Now Welling on the switch. Trying to set up Reeves.
You got to put the ball back in Mustaf's hand and let him make a play for you.
It's Dongo driving, tried to find Mustaf, he turned it over.
So Dongo had the momentum.
Georgia Tech's going to play it out here. Get the ball back, they hope, with about 23 seconds to go.
2-possession game, though. I think this clock as much as your enemy is anything.
Porter, a 3. Way too strong. Rebound Reeves. Here comes Tech with 2 timeouts. Not going to use one yet. Got to get a shot up quick. Down to 15. Mustaf forces a 3 and he gets fouled. Davidson's called for a foul. Shooting a 3. And that will foul Nick Davidson out with 16 seconds to go.
The absolute last thing you wanted to do if you're Davidson, up 4, is foul a 3-point shooter. That's just a smart play by a guy who's been the best player on the floor here this afternoon. That's Jaeden Mustaf.
It's a smart play by Mustaf. Is it a foul?
Well, he slaps him on the arm before he goes to shoot. I mean, you see it happen all the time. It mainly happens more in the NBA, but if you stick your hand in the cookie jar, I have the right to raise up, pull up, watch him pull up right here, stops and dribbles, goes right. It's a foul right there with the right hand.
It's a great spot by Adam Flory. Davidson in his final home game, final regular season game, fouls out. And Mustaf hits the first of 3. He's 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
What a game. And what a performance by Jaeden Mustaf.
Mustaf short, but it's a 3-shot foul. And Clemson came flying into the lane.
And that's a big free throw, because if he did, he made that, he had a chance to cut it to 1. Now, and he has to make this. And now you got to try to get a foul. You're going to be down 2. You're going to need help from Clemson.
A career-high 25 points for Mustaf, who shattered his previous record in 36 minutes. One more free throw is up and good. Brad Brownell takes his second timeout. 76-74 with 16 seconds to go. Crowd is still giving it to this officiating crew, but as we saw in that second replay, Davidson did hit, slap, graze, whatever you want to call it, contact Mustaf's arm. And the 2 points make this a 2-point Clemson lead.
And right now, Brad Brownell calls the timeout because he has to settle his group down, Kevin. This team has lost games, has lost leads late, early in the year, leads much bigger than they had here. And, you know, I had the Cincinnati game early in the year, and they did it to BYU. They had 20-point leads and withered away. So right now, he's got to settle his group down. He's got to inbound the basketball and get it to one of his best players, because they're going to need to get fouled and get to the free throw line and make both.
Remember, Clemson is not going to get a double bye. Here are their seeding scenarios. You get the 5 seed, you play UNC, and it's a UNC team that Clemson lost by 4 on the road to Tuesday, and they very well could have won. They could be the 6 or the 7, depending on what Louisville and NC State do if Clemson loses. It's also a loss that maybe damages you a full seed line in the NCAA tournament. It'd be a quad 3 loss at home.
Without question, it would.
So 2 timeouts apiece. Each team is in the double bonus. Georgia Tech has the possession arrow. Foul immediately for Georgia Tech, or wait a few seconds for a trap?
No, you try to get a 5-second count, and you can try to get a quick trap in, but you got to identify who's in the trap and who do you want to foul right now. And who's on, depending on who's on the floor for Clemson, they're going to be watching right now who comes out of the huddle.
Buckner, 82% free throw shooter, is going to be on the floor.
But he's missed one in the previous possession, so.
Dylan Hunter has returned, 76%. Johnson's at 84. And then Wallin, 70, and Welling, 70. So Wallin and Welling statistically are the guys you want to foul. And then Buckner, you mentioned, it's just 3 for 5 today.
They're going to try to get the ball to Dylan Hunter. You want the experienced guy going to get it.
Here comes Hunter. They get it to him. Double team fouled quickly by Reeves.
Those are moments where I'd say, hey, don't let that guy get it. I'd take Kerouac off the ball and deny Dylan Hunter and force one of these other guys on the floor right now to make these 2 big free throws.
Dylan Hunter has not been in the game since the 4:54 mark. This is his 130th Clemson game. His brother Chase has played in more wins than any Clemson player. And if Clemson wins 2 more games in which Dylan plays, he'll be second to Chase on the Tigers' all-time list. He can help get himself there with these 2 free throws. First one good.
Yeah, what they have done and meant to this program, I think, can't be stated enough. The Elite 8 run and what they've done for even Brad Brownell's career. Being a part of that turnaround. And
one of 3 4-year scholarship seniors to start and end at his original team in the ACC among active players. Hunter goes 1 for 2, and Welling misses the rebound. He could have held on to the ball. 11.2 to go. Georgia Tech takes a timeout. Welling did not have to shoot that, but he did have a point-blank layup.
You never know how your players are going to respond in the emotions of the game. He does a great job as the only guy there. You got to pull that out and draw the foul. Mr. Bunny, now you give Georgia Tech a chance. He knows. Wow, got to get a stop here. If you're Clemson Tigers after that.
All right, couple of things strategically. First of all, Georgia Tech has 1 timeout left. Would you advance the ball across half court, take your final timeout to set up a play, or do you call your play now with 11 seconds to go length of the floor?
I think you got plenty of time now. I think the question becomes, what does he decide? Are you going to try to take the quick 2? And if you do, who's going to take that? Because you're going to decide the game right now. Do you stretch it out? I would try to get my best player, getting the ball going downhill, try to get the quick 2 maybe. And then have my guys match up, and I still got that last timeout foul, put pressure on Clemson here. But because if you go for the 3 and you miss it, this game is over.
Foul up 3 for Clemson?
Brad Brownell is a big proponent of fouling up 3, so I expect him to foul.
When would you foul? What time on the clock?
Half court. I wouldn't worry about the time. It's just 1 dribble past half court, I'm fouling. As soon as it's half court.
11.2 seconds left for a Georgia Tech team that's not going to Charlotte, that's lost 11 straight, that is facing as uncertain a future as anybody in the ACC. David Stoudemire would like to get out of here with a shocking win. They're down 3, and they're going to have Reeves inbound the ball.
Watch Reeves being the inbounder. There may be some type of play where they can get a quick 2, and Wacie Reeves getting it on the other end. Go quickly.
Mustaf is going to go all the way for 2. He lays it in with 4.6 to go. 1-point game. Wallin can run for Clemson, which has 2 timeouts.
Denied Dylan Hunter.
Buckner, Buckner couldn't get it to Welling before the foul. He's hit with 3.2 seconds remaining, so Buckner will shoot 2.
Baidongo made a great play. He came up to get the foul, and if he doesn't get there and they throw that basketball to Welling, this game is over.
So now it is Buckner, who's at 82%, one of their best 2 free throw shooters, but he's only 3 for 5 today. We saw him miss a few late ones against Louisville last week, too.
Now the question becomes, if you're Damon Stoudemire, what do you do on this next one? He makes it. Did you have a play already set up where you throw it to half court and call the timeout?
I think Damon's going to take the timeout now.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So now Georgia Tech cannot advance the ball past half court and then call timeout. Damon's going to set up a final play now.
So 3 seconds is plenty of time. He's telling his guys right now, we got 3 dribbles. He's going to draw up something where they try to inbound and catch it outside of the 3-point line in the front court here. You got 3 dribbles or maybe advanced pass. I think it'll be a 3 no matter what the score is, but you got to be prepared for a miss or a made shot. 3 seconds, I'm a proponent of missing shots, but not with 3 seconds. That's a lot of time in a game.
There's a lot to go through in that Georgia Tech huddle, and the final Georgia Tech huddle potentially of the season gets broken. 78-76 Clemson. 1 free throw to go for Buckner, the redshirt freshman, trying to put a little extra icing on here on senior day. Dongo and Mustaf are low under the basket. Reeves and Fleming on the line. Kelly's in the game as well for Tech. 1 more for Buckner. And Buckner hits the free throw, so Georgia Tech can set it up. Brad Brownell's going to take a timeout now. So he'll set up the defense with 3.2 to go, leaving him with 1 timeout.
Well, he feels as though Tech had already had their play prepared. Now he's coaching his defense and telling them, like, hey, if they catch it on this side of the half court, we can foul. He's going to decide if he wants to put a defender on the ball or at half court. They cannot foul a 3-point shooter, which they have done here today. But I think he's going to discuss with his guys if they catch it and they're dribbling the foul. Clemson is at the tail end of its best 4-year stretch in school history by wins, 95-38. The senior class, Dylan Hunter's been a part of every one of those wins, just about. R.J. Godfrey, 2 years left for a year at Georgia. Realized the grass wasn't greener, how much he loved Clemson, came back. Butta Johnson, Nick Davidson, Justin Porter have come here for their final college seasons and fallen in love with the Clemson culture. And they're trying to walk out of Littlejohn with 1 more win. They're going to get a shot. They're not overplaying. They're going to get a quality look. Kelly for Mustaf. Mustaf for the tie. No good. Clemson survives Georgia Tech and heads into the ACC tournament with a 79-76 win. Great game, back and forth game.